All right, this is Math 2. This is the 1 point ready notes. These are concepts that you guys probably have learned before, but we're going to need them to be mastered by the time, maybe like section 1.3, 1.4, and even all of chapter 2. So here we go. Today's real short and quick. Distributive property. If you guys remember, you used to do order of operations where you would do something like 3 times 2 plus 4, right? And order of operations would tell you to do 2 plus 4 first, and then you would do 3 times 6, which is 18. What happens is once variables were introduced, right, we had this concept of combining like terms, where if we had 4 times 3x plus 1, you can't do what's in the parentheses first, right? Because 3x and 1 cannot be combined. So how do we simplify this expression if, right, the parentheses cannot be simplified? Well, if you look here, can I get the same answer doing something different? Well, 3 times 2 is 6. If I do plus, right, 3 times 4 is 12. 6 plus 12 is 18. What we used here is the distributive property. The distributive property is basically saying, right, if I'm multiplying some number, all right, or term called a monomial by a binomial, meaning 2 terms, right, I basically distribute the monomial to both terms. To get a times b is ab plus a times c is ac. Okay, so let's do a couple of examples down below. Right, the first one here, what am I distributing? I'm distributing the 3. So 3 times 2x is 6x, and then 3 times 5 is positive, so we add it, and 3 times 5 is 15, and you stop here. Okay, now remember, if you multiply the 2 terms together and you get a positive, you add it. If you multiply and get a negative, right, you subtract it. So negative 4 times negative 2x, since that's positive 8, we're going to get positive 8x. Then negative 4 times 5, negative times a positive is a negative, so we're going to subtract. 4 times 5 is 20. Example 3, 7 times 4x is going to give you 28x, right? Then 7 times negative 3 is going to be a negative, so we're going to get minus 21. And nothing can be simplified from that point on. Okay, example 4. Now, what you have to understand is when we multiply variables, what do we do with the exponents, right? So if I do 2 times 2 times 2, right, that's equivalent to 8. How would I write 2 times 2 times 2 as an exponent? That would be 2 to the 3rd power. Right? So when we go to do x times x, right, how many x's do I have here? 2. So we're going to write it as one single base x and add the exponents to get x squared. So over here, we're going to do negative 2x times 3x. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. X times x is x squared. Now, negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12, so we add the 12, and then x. And this is what we would get. All right? That cannot be simplified again because those are not like terms. The next one, 9 times 3 is 27. X times x is x squared. And then 9x times 1 is positive 9x. And we are done there. Okay, now the next one, right? This shouldn't be difficult, it's just the fraction part, right? Anytime you multiply fractions times a whole number. So say I do 3/4 times, let's say 8, right? All I do is I multiply the numerator by the whole number, I get 24. And then I basically go ahead and divide by the denominator, which would give me 6. Another way to do it is, this can be divided by 4. So 8 divided by 4 is going to give you 2. That turns into technically a 1. 3 times 2 is 6 over 1. which is 6, right? Remember, when we multiply fractions, we multiply the numerators together, we multiply the denominators together. And to turn any fraction into, or any whole number into a fraction, you put it over 1. So when I go to solve this problem here, or simplify this problem, what I do is negative 2 times 6 is negative 12, and then negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. So I'm going to get negative 4x. Now, 2 times 27 is not hard, right? But if I notice here, is 27 divisible by 3? If I put that over 1, 27 divided by 3 is 9. So basically negative 2 times 9 is minus 18. And you are done. You could also do negative 2 times 27, all divided by 3, which gives you negative 54 over 3, which is negative 18. So either way you do it is not a problem. Or you can just do it in your calculator. I like to do it in my head because it's much faster. All right, so this video is going to help you with the 1.1 ready problems, which will be for homework. All right, enjoy your day.